Dream Witch would probably be considered as well, the top 3 hunters that have been chosen and banned for the right reasons. So round 3, if ever it gets to that, that's when we're going to see a little more variety. But now Ayako's Sculptor will be trying to look for the first target immediately, you know, at the 773 in that small form. But Jin is the one in the shack area. Will Ayako commit to this forward?
That is an extremely good find early in the game. It is the forward right here. You might actually, as Ayako, you might actually want to consider picking another survivor, because you have the Explorer that can just decode extremely fast with these books, as well as the Seer, who you can pretty much cancel out the Owl, and you can see it right now, was going to chase around the forward for a little bit to get him away from the Cypher Machine, and is now actually finding EG, which is the Mercenary, another find that you don't necessarily want to go for early in the game, especially if you have the Seer and the Explorer as Sculptor. Want to highlight this as Sculptor, you have a good chance of getting the Seer with the cancellation of the Seer's Owl, and is now trying to sniff out that Explorer.
Yeah, you see that he's trying to prop up the angle of the camera here, trying to look for that Explorer, but it's Rose in the area doing a great job just sneaking around. Will Ayako make the turn? Oh my god, Ayako transitioning away from the graveyard area so the Seer can go back to that Cypher. Oh no, going back here. Rose again has to be very careful. You know that Rose is definitely communicating to the teammates, saying that she's here, keep decoding, I'll try to buy as much time as possible. And Ayako, very persistent, staying here, does have Blink. And we see that the Explorer is in the red carpet area, just hiding.
Ayako really having a hard time right here, was trying to snipe out that Survivor, is now finding the Mercenary, and at this point slowly needs to begin to chase one of the targets, even if it is the Mercenary. I mean, with the Mercenary you can go for a statue hit, which will bring down the Mercenary immediately if you, you know, deal the damage right. And now has to go for this non-optimal target. But if you look at the Cypher Machines, not a single survivor has been chased so far. Nice hit on the Mercenary with the statue right here. The Explorer has 100% of the pages, and Mercenary is taking that hit, but is still having a lot of time that he can use to get out of here.
But look at that, Ayako wanting to down this Mercenary early on. You know what, probably has the confidence to chase this Mercenary, because as you mentioned, my god, just the blink of an eye, that's what the Explorer brings to the table. 2 Cyphers remaining, Grizzly.
That is absolutely fantastic. Still has 37% on his books right there, and 1 Cypher Machine is already at 22, which means there's the Cypher Machine basically at halfway, and now we can see the forward is getting rescue to protect, or rather rescue, the Mercenary right here. Again, Mercenary,
tried to go for a stun.
Yeah,
but look at that. Again, excellent support. Eats the statue hit, trying to go for the rescue. This is way before half, so the rebound kite will matter. Oh, tries to eat that hit. Tide turner, and using the elbow pads to just mitigate the damage. 1 more statue hit, and EG will be falling down. We do see that the Seer has already transitioned to the red carpet. Will probably take the second rescue. Now we see the Chisel being utilized. 773 still being very sneaky there, just hiding away from the sight of that Chisel. Ayako will be cheering the Mercenary for the second time.
Fantastic job so far. Really now focusing on that Mercenary, because that's what you want to do, right? You couldn't find the Seer, you couldn't find the Explorer early in the game, so now you have to take one of the 2 other finds that you had, Mercenary or forward, is going for the Mercenary and is now concentrating on that survivor. Really wants to get that first survivor out of the game, because that's what you want to do right here. You want to prevent the other team from getting 5 points, because that is always a difficult spot to come back from. And right now we can see Mercenary is out of the game. The rescuer Mercenary, who could be a danger late game, is now sent back to the manor. But at the same time, if you look at the decoding, it is going pretty well for the survivors. You can now see the Seer is found, which is, I would say, really good target now to chase down.
Yeah, because again, we already utilized the Owl, so Rose has to be able to farm another one as the 2 other survivors try to open and push those objectives. Rose doing a great job utilizing the real estate, but no, gets sniped out, even out of the line of sight. Ayako has her second survivor in the rocket chair. Jin going to the red carpet, trying to push that Cypher. We do see that Chisel finds his way, but a little too short that Jin is able to still decode. And now just making sure that no statues will be able to harass him as he pushes for that objective. We do see that the Explorer probably positioning himself, going for that rescue still in tiny form. Uh-oh.
He also has all of his pages, so that could mean they can pop one Cypher machine immediately if they need to. So fantastic job from the survivor side, is dodging these statues. Look at that. Oh! Was trying to just finish the Cypher machine real quick before rescuing the Seer, but Ayako really spotting out what is happening, bring him down while he was utilizing his pages.
Wow. Again, I love the call there, but dang, Ayako just a little like was the head. He knew what he was gonna do. Timed the hit when he was touching the Cypher, got the terror shock. This is the hinge point we're gonna look at, Grizzly, that Ayako was able to turn the tides. Now they have to try and mitigate this situation because 2 Cyphers still remaining. Explorer is back up, but already utilizing that self-heal. Still has the, still trying to prime this Cypher. 773 trying to dodge these hits. And gets a melee hit. Cannot self-recover anymore.
Wow, what an absolute switch of pace right here. We saw the survivor team just being so well coordinated and being able to lure Ayako to the graveyard side where they were buying a lot of time for decoding. And with the Explorer's Book, they were able to push these Cypher machines. Look at them, 99%, 82%. But now Ayako really stepping it up and really putting pressure on the survivors. As you said, Explorer down. This leaves the forward open right here, is at the dungeon, but will probably not be able to kite around for long enough for the Explorer to bleed out.
That's true. Forward just trying to buy as much time as possible. The dungeon's already there. Ayako fully fed. Forward just has one more chip health to be able to just stay alive here. Jin, oh man, a nice vault there. Again, just buying enough time here. But then the statues, too overwhelming. And as you said, when we were looking at the match data, the terror shocks, Grizzly. These hunters are never found at the start that they have to settle for a forward, settle for a mercenary. And they just have to go with that and just kind of trade off getting objectives being popped. And now let's head into the match. DWD already on the first chase here. It is Zhao Khan in the graveyard area.
Ooh, that's gonna be a good find. I mean, it's the forward, it is an early find, so you can still decide if you want to go for him or not. And DWD does the right thing, it's not going for him. And you mentioned it, Mercenary can be difficult too, but you know, we saw it before when we saw CK on the survivor side and IVS was as Hunter. As soon as the Sculptor was locking eyes with the Mercenary and going for the Mercenary, even the Mercenary is having a little bit of a problem when it comes to kiting. Of course, not the optimal target, that's why DWD is trying to snipe out a different survivor, but can be a target that you can bring down. Now going for the Prisoner. Fantastic job concentrating on that main decoder, as you already mentioned.
Yeah, this is actually a great find already. Had to go through the Mercenary, had to go through the forward, but now look at that. The statue bring him closer. Prisoner was able to avoid that melee hit. Did eat one statue. Kraydana does have a zap ready. Drops the pallet. Wanted to go for that stun. Oh my god. Already injured. Kraydana
Blink
does
is ready.
not have that much utilized. And also, as you mentioned, is he going to get it? Whoa. What a well-timed blink by DWD.
Really great job, blinking, driving around the corner and getting that hit on the Prisoner early in the game. The Cypher machines are all still up and we can now see how DWD is bringing him into the basement, which is putting a lot of pressure on the survivor side. This is going to be very difficult for them to get that Prisoner out of there. Oh, was struggling free! Struggling free.
Oh my gosh, this is a huge moment for Kraydana, buying so much time for them to be able to rotate and get more out of more Cyphers pop. And Prisoner getting out of the shack area because he does not want to be chaired down there. Kraydana trying to go for the window, but was cut off, and now the melee hit lands. Wolfie still trying to push for the Cypher over there at the center of the church. Now he's gonna get chased out, and now some cleanup happening on DWD side. Cleans up the holy portal, gets rid of the connection, and tries to just hit the mercenary and gets a chip damage out of it.
Wow, IVS really, again, putting pressure on the hunter right now. Now it's down to 2 Cypher machines almost. We are down to 3, 1 is almost done, which is extremely good, which is, I think, the one inside of the church. But at the same time, it could have been extremely difficult for IVS to come back from the prisoner in the basement, but the prisoner being able to struggle free just in time and to get completely away. Oh! Was fading that hit on the chair! Is now
so
having
good.
time. Wow, this is buying so much time.
And Grizzly, yeah, like you mentioned it, that chair hit was crucial because now Mercenary can go for a second save. Priestess is being chased out of the reception area. Kraydana just shifting away from the church because we know that they want to be able to prime more ciphers in that area. Sentence is in this area, has to be very careful to try and push for this objective. Now we see that it is Zhao Khan that is rotating to go in for that support rescue. Sentence already just getting out of dodge, out of the range of the statues. Now Wolfie also getting the attention of this hunter. Now he's gonna destroy this connection. Zhao Khan! Wow! Gets the stun! Oh my god, but look at that! The delayed on he had to change skill, and now just chasing him out. Sentence did get the rescue, but look at that, 2 ciphers still remain. It's still anyone's game, Grizzly.
Wow, it was all part of the plan. The forward was not here to actually rescue. The forward was here to get the attention of the hunter, allowing the priestess, it was, to rescue the prisoner. Now prisoner and priestess are out of sight, and that means that the forward, who is now on the chair, is basically taking its turn on the chair, allowing the prisoner on the field again. Again, prisoner was on the chair twice already, so that is crucial to get him away from this. And by switching, you know, the attention of DWD to the forward, they were able to now have the prisoner still on the field.
Yeah, and switching to excitement, what a call there, just to try and mitigate the situation from him being stunned for so long. Using that chisel, chasing out Kraydana and Sentence, and already the mercenary was in the area. Oh my god, the prisoner is knocked down, and we see that the dungeon is in that area. Wolfie has to time this rescue perfectly. 1 cipher remaining, the forward already past the halfway mark. So let's see if Wolfie will be able to make this rescue happen. The prisoner is down.
Elbow pads. Oh, was taking that hit though. Was taking that hit.
But the rescue is initiated already. Wolfie just saving Zhao Khan. Zhao Khan cannot see that rocket chair again. He will be falling down. Will DWD going for the mercenary? They're playing musical chairs here. It's the mercenary's turn on the rocket chair.
They just want to put another survivor on the chair because, I mean, you don't know if that last cipher machine is already primed, right? So you don't want to waste time. And there comes the pop.
Wow. Big call there, but you see the forward already going for the rescue. DWD is scrambling to get some survivors here. Does have detention. Can Sentence get into the church in time? Oh my god, cornered him.
Fantastic job bringing down the priestess right here again. What you want to do is you want to get that prisoner too, because prisoner will be out of the game. And now transitioning into the area where the prisoner is trying to open up this gate. Will he be able to do it in time?
Oh no!
No, he won't. He's getting cancelled out by the statues. This is a phenomenal find. We have detention activated. If he's able to get the prisoner will be sent back for sure. But this is extremely good for IVS right here.
Oh, but utilizing the excitement just to pass for the pallets. But look at that, the prisoner, the priestess already saved, and the red carpet is open already. So this prisoner is out of the game. He already switched to excitement, so he will have to roll his way back to the red carpet here. Trying to see if anybody's in the area. We do see that all 3 of them are there, and look at that, it's a 3-man escape, Grizzly.
Wow.
Yako use Bloody Queen. It's usually Pen that utilizes this Bloody Queen, so him having utilizing this new hunter is gonna answer a lot of questions. And now Ayako already shifting away from the shack area, and we see that someone is hiding. Oh, it's a doll that's hiding, and he's gonna snipe out the mechanic right away.
That is an extremely good find. Now can utilize the mirror to close the gap between yourself and the mirror. Is putting down that doll just to have it out there in case she goes down, because that doll will provide decoding for the team. Ayako looking back to the doll and is deciding to actually go for that doll. Doesn't want to deal with it anymore, not at all. And we still have the mechanic running around, and this time we have the prisoner in the area pushing Tinnitus, which means Ayako might think that the mechanic is still there, but has the right decision right here. And
oh my god. Okay, switches, goes for Jin, but Jin does have a football to utilize. Tinnitus is still being propped, but just moves the mirror image. Rose is in the area here, so Ayako is still trying to look for the most optimal target. Rose is right there, and now just sees the scratch marks on the floor, closing in on Rose.
Oh, the blanket is coming in. Extremely strong start right here from Ayako, from IVS, bringing down not only the mechanic but already has eliminated the doll, so therefore the decoding progress will be reduced by a lot on the survivor side. Is now trying to scare off that forward, which means she can not only protect the survivor on the rocket chair but also can protect the cipher machines from being decoded. Fantastic job so far. We have the mercenary coming in for the rescue, baits the hit, is taking it, and now is concentrating again on the mechanic, who will be able to get a little bit more away from the cipher machines that are being decoded as well as the rocket chair.
Oh my god, just the constant harassment of this forward, just not allowing him to finish that cipher. And look at that, almost halfway done with his football. So that's great. Again, proactivity from Ayako, just constantly pressuring all these ciphers. And still 5 ciphers remaining. The prisoner is still there, so Ayako cannot rest on his laurels just yet. Wants to just focus on one survivor at a time. And Jin seems to be the one rotating towards the rescue here. Ducking, but he sees the scratch marks on the floor. Will he be able to stuff this rescue? Jin just trying to bait out a hit, already utilizing the football. The mirror image will be ready, and Ayako will strike down Jin. Jin going for that rescue, and now we see Rose on her last legs already. Again, not wanting to utilize the mirror just yet. Will have to play to the tempo of this Bloody Queen, not utilizing the skill, saving it to harass these ciphers, and Rose is the last we'll see of her in that rocket chair. But that forward, you know, always a constant harasser. Always Ayako looking behind, making sure no one is there.
Wow, absolutely fantastic job from Ayako so far. This means that the mechanic, as soon as she hits the chair, as you already mentioned, will be out of the game, and that is definitely one thing you don't have to worry about anymore. The mechanic, the main decoder, is now transitioning over right here. Ford was getting healed up, but still mercenary, trying to get away, trying to get out of sight, and we can see Ayako going for the Ford, is now checking out the cipher machine, trying to figure out where that prisoner is, because you mentioned it, right? Just because the mechanic is out of the game doesn't mean that you can just concentrate on any other character. No, you want to find that prisoner. Prisoner is being found, utilizing that pallet to get a little bit of distance, but with the mirror it's just so difficult to get that distance.
And also, mind you, Grizzly, Ayako does have Blink ready, and this is actually a good prioritization of the survivors, because once this prisoner is chaired, the rescuers will have to focus on trying to mitigate it. Watch out. Blink is ready. He's trying to bait it out, but we see that the prisoner dropping it. Will he go for the Blink? Wow.
Fantastic job. Blink and hits down the prisoner. As you already said, it's the second decoder that is now getting on the chair right here. We can see the forward being a little bit sneaky, trying to get in there, but I think Ayako already saw that forward and is trying to scare him out of his...
Whoa!
Oh, nice! Was trying to utilize the football, but was taking that hit. Now we can see the prisoner. Tide turner is already over. That means if the prisoner is taking a hit, he will immediately go down, and it seems like a difficult situation right here for him. Wow.
But look at that, one cipher remaining, but the mercenary and forward are low in life right now. They do have they do have utilization, but look at that, the water tank, chair. This is actually a really tough rescue if they're gonna go for it. But you know what? Great stuff on the side of the survivors pushing these objectives. Jin will have to just get out of the mirror image. Oh, excellent stuff so far. Jin is surviving here, and now we see that EG is trying to rotate towards this area. As we see Ayako again, a good win condition for him is going for that tie, but I'm sure Ayako wants to get more points to solidify the lead of his team.
This is extremely good, and here we can also see the pressure that the Bloody Queen can put on these survivors while protecting a shared survivor as well, right? Like just going for the forward that was trying to get away while protecting the prisoner. And we can now see Mercenary is the next target who will go down as soon as his prolonged life will exceed. And we can also see that Ayako is trying to figure out where the forward is, because now it's going to be a back and forth, right? Ayako wants to go for the forward, and as soon as the mercenary is up, wants to go for the mercenary, and as soon as the forward is up, wants to go for the forward again, because then they can't heal up again. It's a back and forth right here, and that will lead to a 5-point game for IVS, and obviously CK is trying to prevent this from happening, is trying to heal the mercenary right here.
Yeah, again, you said it right, that they have to take turns with trying to use that self-heal. Jin didn't have much to go with. And if you look at the Cypher progress, they still haven't touched that last Cypher to pop. They go for the surrender. And my God, Ayako getting 5 points.
At the end of the road right here. We have reached it. And yeah, you made a very valid point. We're gonna see her. You made a very valid point, because it's the same with the Dream Witch, right? It took a long time for the Dream Witch to actually make it into the meta, because everyone just had to learn and understand how this character is played. And it's the same with Nayad right here that we are seeing, and it's gonna take some time to actually get her down and to understand how to utilize her in the proper way. But DWD making its entrance with Nayad, the first time we're gonna see it, and is trying to snipe out the first survivor that Nayad wants to go for.
Okay, Sintins and Kraydana in this area, not looking too good. And now Kraydana utilizing the bees just to get out of here. You don't want to get caught in a circle here. Then trying to just get away, utilizing the bees to buy a little more time. We see DWD trying to cut the corners here. Kraydana will eat that hit, 26%, and she will be drowning. Already going inside the factory. Her bees are cooling down.
Fantastic usage of her skill right here, because that is allowing DWD to transition a little bit faster on the map and closing the gaps between. Oh, utilizing Blink 2 is hitting the beast though, is hitting the beast for a second time. Now that means that the Entomologist is almost out of bees and might go down with the puddles right here. Fantastic job from DWD, showing that Nayad is definitely a dangerous hunter to face.
And 5 ciphers remaining. Oh my God, basement. So Kraydana will have, be one on the basement. But now the decision is to be made for the survivors. Will they try and go for the rescue, or they're just gonna push for objectives? We see DWD's just so active when throwing that spear, just to get that mobility. And you saw that he was able to try and snipe out some activity from the Entomologist. Once he threw that spear, she cannot hit you. She will be forming these puddles, and it's going to be so hard for them to even try to go for that rescue. And it seems like they're just going to sacrifice the Entomologist just to push for these objectives. Again, it is very clear what the survivors have to do. They have to just get one out of the gate, and DWD being very proactive here, just moving already away from the factory, chasing out the forward, but now just going back. Wolfie realizing that, not going for that save. Yeah, DWD changing his target now.
Very, very good job from the survivors so far. We're trying to get that opening to rescue the Entomologist with Wolfie, as you already mentioned. But then, oh, nice hit! Mercenary was trying to dash out of there, is now injured, and we have DWD who might actually go and try to find a different survivor, because the Mercenary, still with that one hit, can be a difficult survivor to go after, but is concentrating on putting pressure on the Cypher machines and finding the Mercenary yet again right here. and is trying to
Yeah.
bring down the mercenary as second survivor. This is going to be...
Wow! Elbow pad, did you see that? Just looping around. Now we see that Wolfie has one more elbow pad to utilize. DWD though, just making sure the area of effect of these puddles are gonna be hard for you to transition away from. Trying to snipe him out here, but we're seeing excellent composure of Wolfie here, just trying to buy as much time. 2 ciphers remaining, and Wolfie's still in this area. We don't see any of the precipitations yet, so Wolfie doing a great job avoiding the area of effect of the Naiad, but man, that blink was so well timed.
Fantastic job, and in this area it was extremely difficult for DWD to actually get to the mercenary, and that was forcing her to focus on the mercenary, buying more time for the rest of the survivors. Can now see that the survivors are transitioning out of this area, trying to avoid the hits, and this also means Ford can go in for a rescue of the mercenary, and we are down to 1 cipher machine. Again,
Yes.
survivors only need 1 survivor through the gate, and so far it looks extremely good for them. But DWD really showing, look at that, blocking the, wow, blocking the way and hitting the perfumer.
Yeah, and now look at that. The precipitation is piling up. 1 cipher still remain. Mercenary is up, so they might be going for some healings here. Sentence is transitioning away from that area. You do not want to just tight kite this this hunter. You want to be able to move. You want to be able to stay away from the area of effect. And utilizing that once again. Excellent stuff. Perfumer will be seeing that rocket share, but now we see Zhao Khan and Wolfie again separated here. We see that Wolfie is trying to push for that cipher, and you see the proactivity of DWD trying to look. Will an earmark happen? Still looking, but then this actually leaves the area open for the forward to rescue the perfumer.
That leaves the area open for the Ford to rescue the perfumer, but this also means that if the Ford is going for the rescue, that nobody is decoding, as long as DWD is going for that mercenary right here. We have the perfumer off the chair. Fantastic job from DWD, putting pressure on the rest of the survivors. We have Wolfie getting away right here and really trying to get out of the skill area, but this might be difficult, going back into the area right here.
Oh, that's so close. Oh, she gets the hit. And Wolfie, it seems like, will he be going for the chair here? It seems like, yeah, he has to, just to mitigate the cipher, the last cipher from popping. But Zhao Khan already rotating to the right area. We see that the perfumer does have 1 perfume left, and she is probably pushing that cipher. Zhao Khan, already in the shack area. Will he try to go for it? Sentence, though, pushing for that cipher. It's going to be quite tough, and the last scramble still. They cannot rest on their laurels. DWD closing in, 80% left on that last cipher.
Oh, look at that, trying to get the skill area going right here. Was able to rescue the mercenary. Fantastic job, the cipher pop is happening. They were splitting up the attention on 2 different ciphers, being able to pop that, and we now have 3 survivors up and running. They need 1 at least through the exit gate, and by splitting up, wow, mercenary will go down. But by splitting up to both exit gates, they might be able to actually get 1 survivor through the gate. This is a difficult situation for DWD, but they were already bringing down the mercenary, who is trying to open up that gate right here.
And using that self-heal, again, the forward was able to pick up the mercenary, but Zhao Khan has to be very careful because the tension is in the air. Wolfie, again, just making sure that he tries to get the attention away. I don't know if he brought trump card, but still has that blink to utilize. We see that the perfumer, almost at 50% of opening that gate. The forward can dash his way to get that gate open. DWD still patrolling around the area, waiting for Tinnitus to hit. Perfumer already opening up that gate, and it's gonna be, yeah, the perfumer is already outside. The forward is already there. Wolfie seems to be the one to gain the attention away from the exit gate there, and it seems like it's going to be GG's that's going to be called. IVS is your winner, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.